you have any doubts, just if you are not asking in the class, just WhatsApp me. I will clear your doubt. Okay, no problem. Yes. Now I am going to tell you about how that if and else is going to be working here again. I am going to delete this one. Here, if you observe here, there is no semicolon at the end of if statement, right? At the end of if statement. Why there is no semicolon here? That means this is the block of statements. This line is not ended here. This functionality of if is not ended here. It is going to be ended at here. That's why it has a multiple line, multiple block of statements is there. That's why there is no semicolon at the end of if and else. There is a block of statements. There is a block of statements. That's why there is no semicolon at the end of the line. For example, this line, you are reading marks. That's it. That the functionality of the line is finished. That's why we are going to put a semicolon at the end of the line. Like this. Now I am going to explain how if is going to be working here. For example, int a is equal to 10. Anyone? What is the syntax of if and else? If else. What is the syntax? Anyone?
If condition.
If condition.
Block of statements.
Block of statements.
Else.
Block of statements. Yes. I'm telling that here, if some condition is there, if some condition, if the condition is satisfied, then only it will be some if block will be executed. Else block will be executed. Else block will be executed here. Okay. What is condition here? What is condition? I am going to write here. What is condition? For example, I am writing here a is greater than 10. Okay, a is greater than equal to some 5. For example, a is greater than 5. If I am putting this value in the condition, or for example, if I am going to print a is greater than 5, what is the output of this one? What is the output of a is greater than 5?
1, sir, true.
1. Every time the value is 1. The value is 1 here. For example, a is less than 5. What is the output here?
0.
0.
0.
That means the condition, if the condition is 10 line big or anything else, the output is every time is converted into either 1 or 0. Either 1 or 0. Okay? Either 1 or 0. That's it. Nothing else. Either true or false. The condition is a larger or nothing else. If it is a small, anything, it is going to be a every time 1 or 0, nothing else. Okay. For example, 1 or 0. I am going to write here. Print I. I am writing here the block of statement, but I am writing here only single line. That means that is not applicable only for one line. We can write n number of lines in if and else. Hi and bye. Instead of condition, for example, I am writing here, for example, a is greater than 5. Is it true or not? Yes, true. If it is executing that, it is going to be print high. Okay, no problem here. Why? Because here it is going to be replaced with 1. Condition is evaluated. The condition is evaluated and it is getting that either 1 or 0. For example, I am putting here 1. 1 means true. True means if block is going to be executed. Now what is the output? If of 1. If of 1. What is the output? If of 1. There is no condition at all, but we are reading as what is the syntax of if? The syntax of if is if condition. No, not exactly the condition. Evaluation of the condition. What is the evaluation of the condition? Either it is a true or false. This is the syntax of if real. What is the real syntax of if? Here, if the true or false, not any condition. We are putting the condition. That's it. Okay. Here, I am putting that if of one. If of one means if of true. Now it is going to be executed. Which statement is going to be executed? Students.
Hi.
High. No doubt about that. It is going to be print high only. Why? Because it is going to be true. If of true. If of true means if block is going to be executed. For example, I am going to replace with if of 0. If of 0 means if false. If false means it is going to be executed else block. Okay? Else block. Write down one point. I already tell you that that is only 0 represents false. Only 0 represents false. Other than 0 is represented with other than 0 is represented as true. Either it is a positive value or a negative value, it is going to be represented with true. For example, I am going to write here instead of 1, I am going to write, so for example, some 9. If of 9. If of 9 means if of 9. True, no doubt about that. The true block will be executed. For example, instead of 9, I am going to write here -9. At this time also, either positive number or negative number, any number other than 0 is treated as a true here. That's why the output is high here. Okay. And now, I am writing here A. Can anyone guess what is the output here?
Hi.
Hi, sir.
Oh, sir.
High or by? Or error? 3 options are there.
Because
High,
A
by, or
equals
error.
10, sir.
Huh?
Hi, sir.
High.
A equals to 10,
Hi.
sir.
Why it is high means what is A value? What is A value? A value is a 10. If of 10. If of 10. If of 10 means it is a positive value. That's why the output is high. Okay. Every time just observe this one. If any positive value, for example, here I am writing as 0. A of 0. If of 0. If of 0 means false, it is going to be executed as by. For example, if it is -10, now also it is treated as a positive negative value and it is a true value. That's why it is high here. Okay? Is it clear, everyone? Now what is the output? A is equal to 0. There is no else statement is here. There is no else. Only simple if I am writing here. Only simple if. If of A. If A. If A means
Bye.
Hi and bye, sir.
high and by also. Why high and by?
I think only by, sir.
First condition true means sir.
True. No. A is equal to 0.
Sir.
A is equal to
After that-
0.
Uh,
A is equal to
Prince
0.
by, sir.
Only by.
Only by. This is A is equal to 0. When you go for only simple if. When you go for only simple if means this line is going to be executed without based on any condition. This condition is going to be executed for, this statement is going to be executed for in any time, no problem for that. But this particular statement, this particular work has to be done, this particular work has to be done at particular stages only. Okay, we are going to college every day is a college, no doubt about that. If you bunk the college, if you go for cinema also, then we go for college, morning show, and then afternoon we are going to the college. Every time we are doing this one, no doubt about that. But this work is going to be done at a particular stage, only at one particular stage, then we go for if. I will show you in programming when I am writing. Here the output is only by. Why? Because if false means this block is not executed, this block is normally executed, that's it. For example, if I am going to put a semicolon here, what is the output? Here I am putting a semicolon here. If
Error, sir.
Students, it is a
Error.
no doubt it is a error. You are thinking that it is an error. For example, if I compile it here, is there any error here? Is there any error? No, there is no error at all. No error. Then how it is working? Means, look at here. If a semicolon, that means this if block is going to be ended here. This what I highlighted is and this high is not related here. That is different, and this is different. That is different, and this part is different. In C programming language, we can open n blocks without asking any block or anything. We can open the block and we can close the block, but we have to maintain open and close, no problem for that. For example, I am writing like this. I can write like this also. N number of blocks. That means this statement, this if statement and this block is not related here. Then this is going to be ended here. If or false, if it is a true or false, we don't need. Why? Because it is a semicolon is there. There is a semicolon is there. That means there is no relation between high and that if condition. That means the output is, what is the output? It is going to be normally. No error here. Just look at compile. There is no error and warning here. Just look at here. There is no errors and there is no warnings. There is no error at all. This statement is finished. This thing. That's it. Nothing else. There is no relationship between if and the below block. This is going to be ended here. There is no syntax for that. If you are putting a semicolon for the if, that is not a syntactical error. That means it is going to be closed at that position. It is going to be closed at that position. There is no relationship. For example, if I am going to execute it, this line is going to be executed normally and this line is executed normally. For example, this is very similar to like this. Very similar to the like this. 100%. There is no relationship between this if and this high statement. Yes, this is done and normally high is printed and by is printed. Like that it is going to be executed. For example, if I am going to execute it, it is going to be high and by. Okay? Yes, putting a semicolon for the if is not an error. Not a syntactical error. That means it is going to be end of if at this line. End of if. That's it. At this line, there is no relationship between that if block and this statement block. It is executed as normally. Either it is a true or false. Either it is true or false. It is going to be executed high and by. Okay, note down everyone. Note down this point.
Sir,
Hmm.
sir, suppose if there is a condition in if and we are not writing the else, can we directly print at by?
Come again.
Sir, in if statement, in if is there is a condition.
This is
Suppose
a
that
condition.
if
For example, I'm writing like this. Okay.
uh, and suppose the condition is wrong.
The condition is false.
Sir,
Then I'm going to change it as like this. Okay.
Hmm. So and if else is not there, then can by will be printed or not, sir?
Else is not there.
No.
Else is not there. Then you are asking that is by is printed or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, by is printed. By is printed if it is true or false.
Oh.
Okay, yes. If it is true or false, if it is, for example, if it is true, for example, if it is true, it is going to be print with hi and by. For example, not like this. If it is true, it is going to be print this hi and by also. Okay. If it is false, the hi is not printed and by is printed.
Okay.
Okay. Why? Because this is not in the block, right? This is a normal line. This is a normal line. It is going to be executed normally. For example, if I am going to execute, only by is printed. Okay? Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now hi and by is printed. This is not related to any if and else block. This is going to be a plain statement. It is directly executed. No problem for that. Okay? Okay. Now I am going to write here that else part. Can anyone guess what is the output now? If a is greater than 5 and I am putting one semicolon there and a print hi, else print by.
Hi, sir.
Hi, by.
Hi, sir.
Now it is going
Yes, sir.
to be an error, no doubt about it. It is going to be an error. What is the error? Note down that error. Else without previous if. What is this means? We cannot write an else block at anywhere. Directly we cannot write, right? For example, here I cannot write directly an else statement. When we are going to for else statement, if something is there, then only we can write for else block. For example, if I am going to execute it, it is going to be write like this.
Sir.
Else without a previous if. Yes, if is closed at this position, if is closed at this position, there is no relationship between this if and this else. That's why it is going to be an error here. Okay, that is the error here. We cannot write if put a semicolon when we are writing if and else. Okay, that is the difference between the previous one and this one. Okay, is it clear, everyone?
Sir,
Hmm.
for suppose if condition తర్వాత కర్లీ బ్రేసెస్ పెట్టకుండా ప్రింట్ఎఫ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ రాసాం సార్. ప్రింట్ఎఫ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకొక స్టేట్మెంట్ రాసి అప్పుడు ఎల్స్ పెట్టాం సార్. అప్పుడు ఏ స్టేట్మెంట్ ని కన్సిడర్ చేస్తారు సార్ అది?
నువ్వు చెప్పింది ఇదేనా అని చెక్ చేద్దాం ఒకసారి. Then it is going to be print else రాయినా? చెప్పాలి నువ్వే, ఇదేనా నువ్వు అనుకునేది?
Yes, sir.
Yes. ఇదేనా ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ఇదేనా ఇంకేమైనా
Yes,
చేంజెస్
sir.
ఉన్నాయా?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can anyone guess what is the output here?
Hi, hello.
Hi, hello.
Don't execute in your systems, just guess the output, that's it, nothing else.
Hi, hello.
Hi and
Hello.
hi and hello. Any outputs? Any other outputs?
Hi, hello, bye.
Hi, hello, bye also. Okay. The output is error. Why it is an error means when we are not putting that brackets, curly brackets, that means this is the if block. This is the if block. Only the first statement is related to if block. Yet this position if is closed. At this position, if is closed. There is no relationship between this if and this else. Why? Because there is one more statement is there between this if and else. Between this if and else, one statement is there. That means it is going to be this else is not related to any if. That's why the error is also else without a previous if. There is no if when we are how we are writing that else part. Okay, this is an error one. Is it understand or not? If you want to write a multiple statement, you have to write a block. You have to write a block every time. That means at this position, end of if. If the end of if is there, then immediately the next line will be else or else if. Okay, we cannot write separately as else. We cannot write. There is no if, there is no else. Okay, is it clear? Now what is the output?
Hi, hello.
Hi, hello.
Hi, hello, that's it, nothing else. Hi, hello is the output. Okay, we can write, if there is no curly brackets, we can write only single line. Okay, is it clear? Better don't write every time without brackets. If it is a single statement or multiple statement, just go for curly brackets. Why? Because I so many times observed here in the when we are writing some interviews, they are writing, for example, like this. They are writing, yes, first of all they are writing like this, and going for the 100th line, for example, the 100th line uh, they want to change a small changes in the if, then directly they are going into like this, and they are putting like this, and they are going again in the 100th line, and they are working and they are executing now. The mistake is done at this position. Yes, they are thinking that yes, we are written inside if. Why? Because there is a indentation is there, then they are writing inside the if. For example, they are thinking that. That's why the error is coming. Better don't write a single state without that curly brackets. Just if it is a single line or a multiple line, just go for curly brackets every time. Okay, if there is no curly brackets, it will take only single line, not multiple lines. Okay, that's it. Can anyone guess what is the output here?
Error.
Hi and hello, sir.
No, sir. Hi.
Only hi.
Hi, sir.
Only high, only
Hi.
high.
Error, sir.
Error. Okay,
Error, sir.
no error. I will compile it. I'm not executing it. I'm just compiling it. Is there any error here? Is there any error? There is no error at all. I'm writing in that passion.
Hi.
That's it, nothing else. Output is
Hi.
Hi, sir.
hi
Hi,
and bye.
sir.
Yes, I want just ice is enough. Okay, at 10:30 I want buys. Okay. Yes, the output
Okay, sir.
is what is the output? just think one once again with
Hi
some
and
common
hello, sir.
with some common sense. What is the output? I want some common sense from you. Yes, only hi.
After else state, after else, printf by only belongs to else statement, sir. That's why
Hmm.
the block is ended, sir. Next,
Yes,
hello also printed, sir.
yes,
Hi and
that's
hello,
it.
sir.
Hi and hello is the output. Hi and hello is the output. Why? Because here this hello is not belong to the else block. If I write like this, you can guess. Yes. For example, if I'm writing inside it, you are not expecting that this hello is not belongs to else block. Why? Because this is the only line. This is the only line belongs to the else block. Why? Because there is no curly brackets there. Okay. There is no error also. I'm writing normally. If is there any error here? If I'm writing like this, is there any error? No error. That's it. I'm writing like this. That's it. If I'm writing like this, is there any error here? Is there any error? No, not at all. There is no error. Control. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear? Yes. That's it. That's why we are going for this is very similar to like this. This is the same. The same thing. If I write like this, yes, we can know that yes, hi is printed, hello is printed. Why? Because hello is not belongs to the else block. That's why. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. In this way, the functionalities of if and else is going to be working here. Leave like this. Control N. This is if and else. The next one is ternary operator. What is that? Ternary operator. Ternary operator is very similar to the if condition. It is very similar to the if condition. What it is, how it is working, I will explain here. First of all, I am writing here the syntax. For example, some condition. It is very similar to the if condition. Condition question mark and true statements, true block. I am writing here as a true block, false block. Write the condition. Write it. Condition question mark, that is syntax. Okay. Condition question mark is syntax, question mark, and a true block, and on colon is a syntax and false block, and I'm going to write some semicolon. It is the end of the line. Write the ternary operator. Ternary operator syntax. Condition question mark, true block, colon, that is not semicolon, colon, false block, semicolon. Student mute. Mute lo పెట్టండి, mute lo పెట్టు. Okay, now I am going to write here the ternary operator. For example, some B. B is equal to, I am going to write one condition here, same as if. For example, A is greater than B, question mark. That is the condition. If A is greater than B, I am going to write some print statements. For example, I am going to write here printf hi colon printf hi. I am writing here. This is the condition. The same thing what I am writing using if. What I am writing using if, I write here as a conditional operator. That is the conditional operator or ternary operator. Both are same. The three parts, right? This is the condition, one part, second part, and third part. The first part is condition. The second part is the true block. The third block is else block. The false block, sorry. Now, is it true or not? A is greater than 5. Is it true? Yes. If it is true, either the condition, this condition is going to be executed. If it is false, this is going to be executed. That's it. Nothing else. Very similar to the if condition. If I'm going to execute it, it is going to be print hi. That's it. Here I am going to modify it as like this. 10 is less than 5. No, it is false. If I am going to execute it, it is going to be print by. Just note down, everyone. This is the syntax and this is the example for that. Yes, this is ternary operator. Yes. Yesterday I leave that bitwise operators, right? Now I am going to cover the bitwise operators working. Bitwise operators are working. What? Tell me, what is the bitwise? How many bitwise operators are there? What are the bitwise operators starting? Not how many? What is the
4,
operator?
sir.
4, only 4. Only 4 bitwise operators. Okay. This is the left shift operator. This is right shift operator. This is bitwise and this is bitwise or,
Bitwise or,
bitwise
bitwise
XOR,
XOR,
bitwise not.
bitwise
Okay.
not.
Bitwise not. This is bitwise and, bitwise or, bitwise XOR, bitwise not. Bitwise. Okay. That means it is going to be dealing with bits. Okay, it is going to be dealing with bits. Bits means, I think everyone knows the binary language, right? For example, I am asking here, what is the binary value for 10? What is the binary value for 10?
010.
1010. Okay. Here I am writing that some 10-bit, 8-bit representation. Okay, some 8-bit representation, not only 4-bit representation. I am writing here some 8-bit representation, 4 zeros, 10, 10. Is it clear, everyone? I am writing here 1010. 1010 as 4 zeros, 1010. Okay, this is represented as binary 10. Binary 10 is represented as 4 zeros, 10 and 10 is the binary 10. First of all, I am going to write here printf %d a left shift of 2. A left shift of 2. Left shift of 2 means it is going to be forwarded as 2 bits. Everything what is in the, for example, this is 10, right? It is going to be forwarded 2 bits to left position. 2 bits to the left position, and I am going to maintain every time it is going to be in 8 bit. For example, I am going to delete these 2 bits and I am adding here 2 bits, and this is the 4-bit representation now. Can anyone tell me what is the binary value for this one? What is the binary value for this one? So I am going to shift everything. I am going to shift everything here. For example, it is going to be like this. Okay? I am going to write like this. For example, I am going to shift 2 bits. I am writing here 2 bits. You can write any number, 1 or 2 or 3 or anything. Here I am writing 2 bits. That means if I am going to put here in 2 bits zeros, that means it is going to be, this is 2 power 0, this is 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3. 2 power 3 is, what is 2 power 3? 8, 8 plus 2 power 3, 3, 2 power 4, 2 power 5. What is 2 power 5? What is 2 power 5? 2 power 5 is
32, sir.
32. 8 plus 32 is 40. 8 plus 32 is 40. The output is going to be a 40 here. Okay? The output is 40. For example, I am going to change it as 3 here. Okay, that means one more 0 is put it here. One more 0. 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4. What is 2 power 4? 2 power 4.
16, sir.
16. 16 plus 2 power 4, 2 power 5, 2 power 6. 2 power 6 is 2 power 64.
64.
64 plus 16.
87.
87. 80.
Output is 80 like this. Okay, is it clear everyone? For example, I am going to write here only one bit. For example, what is binary 10? This is binary 10, right? This is binary 10. I am going to shift only one bit here. Only one bit. That means I am going to put 1 0 here. This is 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2. 2 power 2 is
4, sir.
4. 2 power 3, 2 power 4 is 2 power 4 is
16,
plus 16. 4 plus 16.
20.
20.
20 is the output.
20.
20 is the output. Okay, in this way, the left shift operator is working. When you are using left shift operator, the value is going to be incremented. That's it, nothing else. Okay. For example, if I am writing like this, what is this? What is this operator? This is right shift operator. If you are using right shift operator, the value is going to be decreased. Why? Because the last two, there are 2 bytes, right? That last 2 bytes are going to be deleted. Is going to be it is going to be deleted. Last 2 bits are going to be deleted, and now this is going to be 2 power 0, 2 power 1. 2 power 1 is 2. The output is 2. Okay. 2 power 1 is 2. For example, I am going to write here, for example, some 60. Can anyone tell me that what is 60 binary? 60 binary, 60. 60 binary. Or to calculate the 60.
Triple 1 0, sir.
1 0.
Double 1 0, sir.
0 0.
Double one double one double one
Double 1 double 0.
double 0. This is right. For example, like this. 2 power, this is 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 2. 2 is 4 plus 2 power 3, that is going to be 8. 8 plus 16 plus 32. 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4, 2 power 5. Is it okay? 32, 40 plus 20, that is going to be 60. That's correct. Okay, okay, it is correct. Okay, this is 60 binary value. Now, I am going to shift 2 bytes right. I am going to shift 2 bytes right. 2 bytes right means the last 2 bits are going to be deleted. Now, what is the output? 2 power 0. 2 power 0 means 1. 2 power 1 means 2. 2 power 1, 2 power 2, that is 4 plus 8. That is going to be 12 plus 3. 12 plus 3 is, that is going to be 15 is the output. Okay? Is it clear? Right shift operator. Right shift and left shift. If you are using left shift, we have to put in the last as zeros. In the right shift operator, we have to delete the values. That's it. In this way, the right shift and the left shift are working. And the next one is a bitwise AND operator. For example, I am going to write like this: b is equal to some 11. Here we have to write what is binary value for 10, what is binary value for 11. What is binary value for 10? 1010. Binary value for 11? Binary value for 11? 1011. Yes? In a logical AND operation, we are doing that is going to be between two values. Logical AND means that is going to be putting on two values, but here putting on two bits. Here we are going to apply AND operation is same. AND operation is same. What is AND operation? If both are true, then only true, right? If both bits are true, both the values are true, it returns to true. That's it. Here also, but it is applicable on the bits. The bits it is going to be applied 1 and 1. 1 and 1. It is going to be 1 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 1 0 1 0.
0.
Then what is the binary value now? 1010 is, what is decimal value?
10.
The output is 10 here. Okay, the output is 10 here. That means the bitwise AND is also working on the same logical AND, but here it is doing on bits. 1 1 is returns as true every time. 0 and, for example, if I am going to change it as bitwise OR here, can anyone guess what is the output here? 1 1, the output is 1, 0 0 0, 1 1 1, 0 1 also 1, 0 1 also 1. The output is 11 here. Yes, the output is 11. The output is 11. The same thing, the same logical operation, that AND operation and OR operation is same, but here it is doing on bits of the numbers. In that it is going to be putting on the values. Here it is doing on bits on the values. Then what is XOR gate? Do you know anyone XOR gate means? What is XOR gate? XOR gate is going to be, if both values are same, it is going to be written 0. Either it is both are 1 or both are 0, it is going to be written as a 0. That means 0 1 1 refers to 0, 0 0 refers to 0, 1 1 refers to 0, and 0 1 refers to 1. Both are different, then only it will represent as 1. If both are same, it is going to be represented 0 again. What is the decimal value for 0001? That is 1. Exclusive OR gate. This is going to be represented with cap symbol. Now I am going to execute it. The output is 1 here. Okay. Okay. The next one, the last one, very dangerous one. That is bitwise NOT operation. For example, A is equal to 10. If it is in 8-bit representation, I am going to here every time I am going to write in 8-bit representation. It is going to be represented with positive 10, right? Positive 10. Can anyone tell what is the negative value before doing that bitwise NOT operation? I am going to dealing with some binary operations here. Can anyone tell that what is the negative? How I am going to represent minus 10 value? Minus 10 is equal to minus 10. Can anyone tell what is the binary value for minus 10? Students. Not audible, not audible. No? Students. What is the binary value for minus 10? Hello?
Sir, binary value of 10 కి కాంప్లిమెంట్ చేస్తే binary value of -10 వస్తుంది సార్.
That means we are going to deal with like this. Complement means ones zeros and zeros ones. Like this. Okay, I will explain you. That is not one's complement. I will explain you that is two's complement. Just wait. How it is going to be treated as how, first of all, how it is going to be. The shortcut is one's complement or two's complement. How the binary values are represented in negative values are represented in binary. I'm going to write here like this. 8-bit representation. What is the decimal value for this one? What is the decimal value for this one?
0 sir.
0. What is the decimal value for this one?
8.
1 byte, right? 1 byte maximum. What is 1 byte maximum? Character is 1 byte, right? Character is 1 byte. 0 to
1024 sir.
Okay. I will explain just wait. Zero to power 1 to power 2 to power 3. What is this value? 15.
177 sir.
256.
Amma?
256 sir.
256. No, it is 255. Okay, it is 255. Why? Because just calculate 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4. 2 power 4. What is this value? That means 1 plus
16 sir.
2 plus what is this is not 16, this is 15. 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32 plus 64 plus 128, 128, right? 128. What is this one? This is going to be 10, 12, that is going to be 15. 15 plus, what is this value? 31. 31 plus 32. 31 plus 32 is 63. 63. 63 plus 64. 127. 127 plus 128. That is going to be 255. Okay, a simple calculation. Okay. For example, if you are thinking that I am taking as 1 byte only, 1 byte, that means 8 bits only. Okay, if it is a unsigned integer, that means I am not giving any signed integers. Signed integer means I can represent some negative numbers. But here I am taking that it is a positive numbers, only positive numbers. Only positive number. Just listen carefully, students. Just listen carefully. It is some confusing stuff, but not very important. But we have to know that 0 to 255. If it is a signed, unsigned integer, we can represent 0 to 255 numbers. 0 to 255 numbers. For example, if it is a 4-bit representation, what is the maximum value and what is the minimum value, students? What is the maximum value and what is the minimum value I can represent if it is unsigned integer? You have to know this. You have to know this. Very important it is. This is 0. What is this value?
15, sir.
15. That means in 4-bit representation, if it is an unsigned integer, we can represent 0 to 15 numbers only. We cannot represent 16. Cannot represent 16, right? For example, if it is a 3-bit representation, it is 0. And what is the maximum value? What is the maximum value?
7.
7. We can
Seven.
represent only 0 to 7 numbers. We cannot represent 8 here. Okay? It is a unsigned integer. We cannot represent negative numbers. Why? This is the lowest number. This is the minimum number. 0 to 7. 0 to 7. That we cannot represent -1 also. Then how we are going to represent -1 here? I will explain it now. In -1, the last bit, for example, I am going to delete this one now. I have to know. For example, can anyone tell what is this value? What is this value?
4, sir.
4.
4.
0 double 1. 0 double 1 is
3.
3.
3.
3,
1
sir.
triple 0 is 1 triple 0 is
8.
8.
8, sir.
0 triple 1 is
7.
7.
excellent.
7, sir.
Okay, correct, perfect. Okay, just remember these points. I am going to write here. What is this boundary value? Two power 7. What is 2 power 7?
Sir, 128.
128.
128.
128. Now, what is the boundary value for this one? Come on.
127.
27. That's it. Okay, every time we are doing like this and like this. This is the if it is 8 and the next one is 7. No doubt about that. That's why I'm telling like this. Okay, this is 128. Just mute. You can mute. Okay. This is 128 and this is 127. That means this is going to be negative. This is the minimum value and this is the maximum value. If it is a signed integer, what is the range? I'm going to take from negative -128 to plus 127 only. I can represent with 8-bit representation. Do you know what is the size of integer? Can you tell me the range of integer when you studied in the textbook? Students,
0 to 1.
in a textbook, what is the range of integer?
Minus 32768 to 32767.
7. Yes, if you observe that one, that is minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. Just to observe, this is 2 power 15. 2 power 15 value. This is. If you calculate in the calculator, 2 power 15 value. This is. That means it is going to be like this 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 like this. For example, this is like this. This is 32,768 and this is going to be 32,767. Okay, just calculate when you are free. Okay, just calculate when you are free. But here up to now I am going to tell you only 4 bits. Okay. If it is a signed representation, the 128 is treated as minus 128. Okay, what is this value now? This is minus 128. If it is a signed representation, it is going to be treated as minus 128, not 128. Okay. Now I am going to add all these things. 1 plus 0. 1 plus 0. 1 plus 0.
1.
1. 0 plus 1. 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. What is the output here? All ones. What is the output here? No. If it is a unsigned integer, it is 255. It is a signed integer. We cannot represent 255. The maximum range is minus 128 to plus 127. What is the output here?
Minus 1.
Minus 1. Minus 128 plus 127. That is minus 1. Minus 1 representation is all ones. Every time this is if it is a 64-bit or 32-bit or 8-bit, if you represent all ones, this is a signed integer. This is going to be not 255. It is going to be a minus 1. Okay. If it is a unsigned integer, it is 255. Okay. Is it clear? Just calculate your own, then only you will observe it. Okay. Okay. Cool. Now I am going to calculate some trick using here. This is already a minus 1, right? Minus 1. I am going to calculate minus 10. I want to calculate minus 10. Can anyone tell that binary value for 9? Binary value for 9. Binary value for 9.
101.
1001. Okay. 1001 is 9. This is already minus 1. That's why I am going to delete 9. Okay. This is already minus 1, right? That's why I am going to delete 9. Then it is converted into minus 10. Just look at how to delete it. Just nothing else. Where there is a 1, I am going to replace with 0. That's it. This is going to be a minus 10. How I am going to calculate it again? Just calculate what is the binary value for this one. Anyone? What is the binary value for 1110 110? Please. Triple 110
246, sir.
No. Triple 110
232, sir.
Just calculate it.
102, sir.
What is this? This is the binary value, right? It's very simple. We are telling all times.
206.
118, sir.
118. 118 is the binary value. What is that? 118. Why it is crossing 200? It is going to be represented only before 127 only. Why you are telling 200 like this? Just use some common sense. What is the output here? This value is only this value. Highlighted part 1110 I'm asking that 1110 What is the value? 118. What is this value?
118.
What is this value? What is this value? Highlighted. What I highlight? Just observe the screen here.
128, sir.
Minus 128. That is not 128. That is minus 128 and plus 118. What is the output? Minus 128 plus 118. That is going to be minus 10 here. Okay? Is it clear? Is it clear or not? I am going to again give you one more thing. then it will be clear for you. Okay. For example, I am going to calculate minus 60, very big number. Okay, minus 60. I am going to calculate minus 60 here. Can you tell me what is the binary value for 59? Binary value for 59, students. Binary value for 59. I'm going to calculate minus 60. I am asking that 59. Binary 59. Calculate binary also. 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4, 2 power 5 means? 2 power 5 means? Anyone? 2 power 5 means?
Sir, 111 sir.
Yes. 111? 0?
0
Double 1.
double 1 sir. Yes sir.
Okay, I will calculate.
Triple 100 1 sir.
మీకు చెప్పడం కన్నా నేను చేసుకుంటే చాలా సుఖంగా ఉంటుంది. Example like this: 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4. 2 power 4 is, what is 2 power 4?
16.
2 power 5?
32.
32.
32.
32 plus 16. 32 plus 16?
48.
48.
48 means I am going to represent 11. For example, it is going to be in 8. 48 plus 8. 56. 56 plus 3.
59.
59. Okay. ఇంకా కరెక్ట్ అమ్మా నువ్వు చెప్పింది కరెక్ట్. Okay, then I am going to change here. Where is the ones? I am going to change here as 0. This is also 0, and this is also 0, and last two also 0. Okay, and this is minus 60. I am going to calculate it. I am going to calculate what is the binary value for this one. 100 1 what is the binary value for this one? Just what I highlighted here. Just calculate what is the binary value for 100 0 100 again. What is the binary value? Calculate. I calculate here.
66.
0, 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2. 2 power 2 means it is going to be 4.
68 sir.
68. 2 power 0, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4, 2 power 5, 2 power 6. 2 power 6 is 64. That is going to be 68. Okay. Minus 128 plus 68. What is the output?
Minus 60.
No doubt about that. It is going to be a minus 60. This is the binary value for minus 60. Okay, this is the binary value for minus 60. Binary value for minus 60. Do you know how do you understand how to calculate negative numbers here? You don't want that one also, but just practice at home, and after the class how I am calculating here. Just if you want anything, first of all write all ones, 8-bit ones, that's it. Then I want to calculate, for example, minus 100. Calculate a positive 99. Then write the binary here. And make zeros at one's place. That's it. That is the negative value for minus 100. Okay, it's very simple. Now I am going to the concept of bitwise NOT operation. Now I'm going to bitwise NOT operation. Bitwise NOT. Okay. NOT means what is NOT? What is NOT operation? I'm not asking about bitwise NOT. What is NOT operation? What it is doing?
Sir, if the condition is false, this
It is going to
operator
be
is
true.
mixed true.
It is going to be, if it is 0, it is going to be 1, 1, it is going to be 0. That's it, nothing else, right? That is NOT operation. Basic NOT operation, right? Here also doing the same thing. Here also it is doing the same thing. For example, I am going to write here, what is binary value for 10? 10, 10. Yes, I am going to write here in a 8-bit representation. What is bitwise NOT operation work? How NOT operation works? If it is 0, it is going to be converted as 1. That's it, nothing else. Then what is the output here? If it is 0, it is 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. This is 0, this is 1, this is 0, and this is 1. Okay, it is going to be convert 0 into 1, 1 into 0. That's it, nothing else. Now calculate what is the binary value for this one. What is the binary value for this one? Before we are calculating, there is no need to calculate the last one. We have to calculate this one is enough. 111 0 101. What is the binary value for this one? Just find it out, please. When you are calculating binary, just follow simple tricks here. Okay, if all 7s are ones, what is the value?
117.
127. For example, I am telling that some shortcut here. Like this is going to be 127. This is going to be 127, right? All ones, 7 ones. It is going to be, this is 0. This is 0 means it is going to be minus 2. Okay, it is going to be deleted minus 2. Then here if I am going to put 0, that value is 2 power 0, 2 power 2 power 2, 2 power 3. 2 power 3 means 8. 8 we have to delete it. Here find 118. Okay, 118 is the binary value for this one. 118 is the binary value, right? 118 or 117?
117.
117 is, sorry, 117. This is 117. This is 117 binary value. Okay, 117 binary value. Then this is minus 128. What is minus 128? This is minus 128 and plus 117. Is the output? Minus 128 plus 117.
Minus 11.
Minus 11 is the answer. Output is? Come on. Minus 11 is the answer. Okay. In this way it is going to be calculated, but the answer is very simple. For example, this is 100. This is 100. The output is minus 101. The output is very simple, but internal operation is very big. Okay. For example, if it is a 99, what is 199? What is the output? Output is very simple. We can guess it is very easily. What is the output? 199. 199. 199.
200.
Minus 200. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else. Its answer is very simple, but the output is somewhat typical. In that operation is somewhat typical, but output is very simple. We can guess it. But one thing we have to remember, when it is a signed integer only, the output is like this. Okay? When the output is like this, then only the output is negation. But if you are taking that example, I am going to write here. No, I'm not. I cannot show here. Why? Because this is a 4-byte representation. That in Dave CPP, integer taken as 4 bytes. That means I'm going to write here what is the maximum value. Limits define. Just don't bother about what is hash define and nothing else. And max is equal to I'm to show you that. This is the value here. This is the maximum value. This is the maximum value. Look at here. That is 47. What is that? That is the what is that maximum value? That is the maximum value. That is 47. I'm just observe here. Okay. I'm going to write here as define minimum int underscore minimum. Means unsigned integer, nothing else. I am going to write here minimum comma maximum. Okay, minimum comma maximum. If I am going to execute it, just look at here. This is the minimum value. This is the minimum value. If you write the same 2 lines in Turbo C, if you observe it, that is going to be 32,768 is the minimum value. This is the minimum value, and the maximum value is 767. Okay, it is not representing here the negative symbol. That's it, nothing else. It is not representing the negative symbol. If it is signed, signed integer, these are the values. These are the values. Okay, just note it down, everyone. Just note it down. This one, hash limits.h hash define. This is called macros. I will explain you in the last concept. That is just write down. That's it, nothing else. Int max is going to be referred. What is the maximum integer value? Int minimum is the maximum value, minimum value for the integer. Okay. I am going to represent percentage u or percentage d. No problem for here. Percentage d is also satisfying here. Percentage d also satisfying. No doubt. Output is like this. Just look at here. Just look at here. This is going to be represented minus value, right? This is the minimum value and this is the maximum value. This is the minimum value. This, look at here. This is 48 and this is 47. Okay, look at every time. Okay, you have to observe everything. That means 68 and 67. If it is a 4-bit representation, 8 and 7. Okay, if it is a 8-bit representation, if it is 128 and 127. Here it is a 32-bit representation. This, what is this? My system, that Dave CPP is a 32-bit representation. That 32-bit representation, it is going to be somewhat big number, and if you observe, this is 8 and this is 7 every time. Okay, just note down the program. This is the maximum size and minimum size for unsigned integer. And for example, I am going to write here. What is the maximum value if it is unsigned integer? If it is unsigned integer, what is the maximum value? I am going to add minimum plus maximum and unsigned integer. U means unsigned integer. Minimum plus maximum. Minimum plus maximum. If it is unsigned integer, what is the minimum value? If it is the unsigned integer, what is the minimum value? Students?
0.
0. No doubt about that. What is the maximum value? You want to add these two values. I am going to execute it. Just this is the maximum value. For example, I will show you.
65535.
Yes, in 2 bytes representation. It's 2-byte representation, that is. Here it is going to be a I will show you min comma max, min max. For example, look at here. If you want to add these two, this is the sum for the two values. Okay, this is the maximum value for unsigned integer. This is the maximum value for unsigned integer. Okay, in this way we can represent the minimum and maximum values. Okay, just observe this value. Okay, just observe this value. Now I am going to write int a is equal to 10. A is equal to 10. I'm going to write here unsigned integer. Say unsigned. Unsigned integer. Now a value is unsigned integer. Now I am going to apply. Just everyone, just look at this value. I am going to copy this value. Okay. I'm going to close this one. This is the maximum value, right? This is the maximum value. If it is a 2-bit representation, if you are going for Turbo C, maximum value is 65535. Okay. If I am going to execute this one, look at here. Just look at here. Everything is same. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste here. Look at here. Everything is same, but here 85 becomes 95 becomes 85. That means that 10 is going to be minus from the maximum value. Wait, okay? Is it okay? For example, if you are running the same program in Turbo C, it is going to be give that 65525. It is going to be deleting the 10 value from the maximum value. Is it clear, everyone? Just note down this program also. Just note down this program and that comment lines also. If int is 2 bytes, if int is 4 bytes, okay, note down all the program with the comments also. You have to note down.
Sir, Conio.h purpose చెప్పండి సార్.
Conio.h ఇక్కడ వర్క్ అవుతుంది.
అది ఎప్పుడు యూస్ చేయాలో ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది సార్?
Conio.h అనేది console.h మాట. కన్సోల్ మనకు అది టర్బో C లో తప్ప ఇంకెక్కడ ఏ ఎడిటర్లోని వర్క్ అవుతుంది మనకు అది. కన్సోల్ అనేది Conio.h అనేది ఎక్కడ యూజ్ చేయరు మనకి. ఓకేనా? ఓన్లీ టర్బో C లో మాత్రమే యూజ్ చేస్తారు. అది కూడా ఏంటంటే కన్సోల్ని క్లియర్ చేయడానికి. దానికి ఏమవుతుందంటే ఒకసారి ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసామనుకోండి అవుట్పుట్ మళ్ళీ పాత అవుట్పుట్స్ వచ్చేస్తూ ఉంటాయి. అవునా కదా? ఓల్డ్ అవుట్పుట్స్ వచ్చేస్తూ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి ఆ అవుట్పుట్ని క్లియర్ చేయడానికి CLR ఫంక్షన్ యూజ్ చేస్తామా? CLR ఫంక్షన్ యూజ్ చేయడానికి CLR ఫంక్షన్ యూజ్ చేయాలి అంటే మనం Conio.h పెట్టుకోవాలన్నమాట. అంతకు మించి ఏం కాదు. stdio.h ఎందుకు పెట్టాను ఇక్కడ నేను? stdio.h ఎందుకు పెట్టానమ్మా? stdio.h ఫంక్షన్ హెడర్ ఫైల్ ఎందుకు పెట్టాను?
స్టాండర్డ్ ఇన్పుట్ అండ్ అవుట్పుట్ ఫంక్షన్.
ఇన్పుట్ printf ఫంక్షన్ ని scanf ఫంక్షన్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ దీన్ని తీసాను అనుకోండి. దీన్ని తీసానా? కంపైల్ కొడతాను చూడండి. చూడండి ఎర్రర్ వచ్చింది అక్కడ. ఇన్కంపాటబుల్ డిక్లరేషన్ ఆఫ్ బిల్ట్ ఇన్ ఫంక్షన్ printf అంటే దాన్ని సపోర్ట్ చేసేది లేదన్నమాట. ఎప్పుడు కూడా హెడర్ ఫైల్స్ ఏం చేస్తాయంటే మన ప్రోగ్రామ్ ని సపోర్ట్ చేస్తాయి. ఓకేనా? ప్రీ డిఫైన్ ఫంక్షన్స్ ఏమన్నా ఉంటాయన్నమాట అందులో. stdio.h లో ప్రీ డిఫైన్ ఫంక్షన్స్ ఏంటంటే printf, scanf ఫంక్షనాలిటీ రాసి ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట. అదే Conio.h లో ఏం రాసి ఉంటుంది? Conio.h లో CLR ఫంక్షన్ ఉంది కదా, అది రాసి ఉంటుంది. అది ఇక్కడ అవసరం లేదు, అందుకని వాడలేదు. ఓకేనా? సింపుల్ మాట, ఏం కాదు. మనకి మన ప్రోగ్రామ్ని సపోర్ట్ చేస్తే హెడర్ ఫైల్స్. హెడర్ ఫైల్ అంటే ఏం విచిత్రం కాదండి, మనం కూడా రాసుకోవచ్చు. మీకు చూపిస్తాను, చూపించిన తర్వాత మీకు క్లారిటీ వస్తుంది. ఫంక్షన్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్ చెప్పినప్పుడు దాన్ని రాస్తాను, ఇలా ఉంటుందా అని మీకు ఐడియా వస్తుంది. అప్పుడు ఏం లేదు, అందులో కూడా కొన్ని ఫంక్షన్స్ రాస్తుంటాయి అన్నమాట. ఓకేనా? నోట్ చేస్తే కనుక క్లోజ్ చేశాను అమ్మ సెషన్. ఓకే అయితే బాయ్. మళ్ళీ మీరు వినాలనుకుంటే ఇందులో రికార్డింగ్ సెషన్ ఉంటుంది.